Did we know each other?
Yeah.
Did we? I'm not wearing my glasses.
Remember hearing Jimmy Strider? You probably heard of
Jimmy Strider.
That's his sister.
Jimmy Strider, your brother? Crazy Jimmy.
I didn't go to the school, y'all.
What did I teach you?
You taught me you remember you remember uno, dos.
No matter how famous you get, there's always someone who remembers you as a nobody. These are the moments when the biggest celebrities are humbled by people from their past. Steve Harvey stopped his show the moment he spotted a man in the crowd he had known for over 60 years. He broke character to explain that the man was his original next-door neighbor. The bright lights of a TV set caused Ed Sheeran to initially struggle with recognizing a face from his childhood. Once he realized it was his best friend from primary school, he dropped his professional act to embrace him.
I was about 14 years old.
How tall were you?
And Jack Robinson stole my girlfriend.
Harry Styles singled out a specific audience member who had once stolen his girlfriend in middle school. He used the massive stage to settle the old grudge and explain the history to his fans. A man approached Mike Tyson claiming they were old schoolmates from a specific event, but the former champion shut him down fast. He refused to admit he knew the man to avoid the risks that come with his level of wealth.
Honestly, man, in high school, I always hoped to be a Sixer.
Kobe Bryant was in the middle of a professional interview when he realized the reporter was actually an old teammate from high school. He immediately shifted his energy to acknowledge the man he considered the best passer he ever played with. Eminem returned to the kitchen where he once washed dishes to prove he hadn't been swallowed by the Hollywood industry. He made it a point to hug his old boss and check in on the rest of the staff. While walking a high-pressure red carpet, Lady Gaga spotted a nun from her childhood and stopped her interview to say hello. The interaction forced her to drop her theatrical persona and speak as a former student. iShowSpeed acted like an untouchable star until he was confronted by a former teacher who didn't care about his millions of followers. She treated him like a regular student, forcing him to drop the act and show her respect.
And my dance teacher, she was like, baby, sing for me. I heard you over there singing to the track, sing for me. And I did, and she was like, you can really sing.
Beyoncé was surprised by the dance teacher who first recognized her talent and pushed her to start singing as a child. She chose to share the credit for her global success with the woman who discovered her.
Hi Chris, congratulations. It's Alison Boshoff from the Daily Mail here. We were at school together.
Oh, really?
Christopher Nolan was celebrating an Oscar win when a reporter revealed they had been in the same history class. The serious director persona disappeared as he began joking about their old teachers.
Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Judge Mindy Glazer realized that the man standing before her in court was a boy she had played with in middle school. She stopped the legal proceedings to acknowledge how differently their two lives had turned out. Travis Scott brought his high school counselor backstage to tell the world that she was the person who saved his life. He made sure his fans knew he wouldn't be a superstar without her early belief in him. While filming at Walmart, Kai Cenat recognized a man from his high school who was struggling to get by. He stayed respectful during the interaction, which highlighted the massive gap fame had created between the two classmates. Rihanna spotted her former school mentor on a red carpet and immediately treated him with total admiration. She ignored the cameras to prove that she still looked up to the authority figures from her past.
I used to teach you at high school in PE, and I want to know how your physical education is progressing. It's very important to me.
Hugh Jackman recognized a reporter as his former gym student and playfully took over the entire interview. He used the moment to prove he still viewed himself as a teacher, even as a massive movie star.
Bernice Williams.
Good
to see you.
During a stadium concert, Luke Bryan stopped the music because he recognized his 88-year-old former neighbor in the front row. He made it a priority to hug her and show the crowd his small-town roots were still intact.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Navan.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
How are you keeping?
Very well.
Great.
Pierce Brosnan realized his interviewer was from his tiny hometown in Ireland and immediately began discussing specific local landmarks. He dropped the Hollywood polish to show he was still connected to his childhood home.
I've known Bruno since I was 15 years old. He gave me a place to live when I had no place to stay.
Dwayne Johnson tracked down the man who gave him a place to sleep when he was a homeless teenager. He surprised the man with a new truck to prove he never forgot the help he received when he had nothing. Adele spotted the doctor who delivered her child sitting in the audience during a residency show. The shock of seeing someone from such a private life event caused her to break down mid-song. LeBron James noticed his old high school teammates sitting courtside and went over to perform their original team handshakes. It was a clear sign that he had kept his original circle of friends for over 20 years.
We have Sarah Valdez, one of the teachers
No.
that you help. Yeah, wait,
right here.
she can't see you. She doesn't know she's about to meet you.
She has no idea.
Here she comes.
Wait, and I didn't know. Why did you tell me this?
Because it's a surprise. She can't see you. This is middle school teacher Sarah Valdez from South LA. She teaches science and robotics.
And that's Joe with her.
That's our stage manager, Joe, who we love, who's a great mom. Okay, wait. Take her headphones off, Joe, and blindfold.
What does she think she's doing?
Oh, we're surprising you. I don't know.
Yeah! Give it up!
Kristen Bell was surprised by the theater teacher who first inspired her to pursue an acting career. She immediately credited the woman for her entire life's work and ignored the talk show host to speak with her. Nicki Minaj spotted her 5th grade teacher in the comments of a live stream and sent a personal message of gratitude. She let her guard down to honor the woman who had taught her as a child in Queens. Kate Middleton recognized her former history teacher in a massive crowd and ignored royal rules to greet him. She proved that her personal history was more important to her than the formal rules of her title.
What? I grew up with this bitch.
Billie Eilish singled out a fan in a stadium crowd who had been attending her show since she was an unknown artist. She used the moment to prove she tracked the loyalty of her followers, even as a global star.
You know, he's mouthing off about the family, and I say, well, you'd be pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you had no family. And he said, no, I wouldn't. And I was supposed to say, then say it again. Maybe it'll happen. And I can't tell you how much that killed me. I could not wrap my head around saying something so horrific to this beautiful child. Of course, I was not yet a mother at the time, and I had no idea the kind of things that would come out of my mouth with my own 2 sons.
Macaulay Culkin reunited with his movie mother, Catherine O'Hara, 3 decades after they filmed their first movie together. He became visibly emotional as she praised the man he had become during his Walk of Fame ceremony. Mariah Carey realized an interviewer had lived on the same street where she grew up as a young girl. She spent the rest of the conversation reminiscing about the local beach and the steep hills of her old neighborhood.
Like just one thing.
One thing. Thank you.
Probably just like.
Thank you for being the father that I never had.
Wow.
And on that note, Reggie, come on out.
My son.
Tyrese Gibson was surprised by the teacher who had acted as a father figure for him during his hardest years. He broke down in tears as he explained to the audience exactly how the man had saved him.
Does that make you happy? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It was good seeing you. I'm glad everything's good with you.
Selena Gomez visited her old neighborhood and ran into a classmate who was living a normal life with her children. It was a quiet moment where she acknowledged the 2 very different paths their lives had taken since school.